This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Ray Ford, a man on a mission to become a two-weight world champion. Ray, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Here we are in Atlantic City. Your return once again, your first fight of the year. How are you feeling ahead of it?
I'm feeling great, ready, feel sharp, well prepared, and it's time to go.
A lot of people talking about your fight, a lot of excitement. Expected. What are you expecting? What are you hoping to deliver and show out with on Saturday night?
Deliver a ass whooping. That's all.
Ray, obviously, I know you're a man who, like we said, we want to see you get back to that world stage. You want to become a two-weight world champion. What's your route to that? What's the position you want to find yourself in?
I just gotta keep beating on everybody that they put in front of me, and work my way back up to the number one spot because these world champions and people that's fighting for the world title, they not gonna give me a shot willingly. So I'm gonna have to force them into fighting me.
How difficult is that for you to deal with mentally when you mention you're not somebody who people are going to want to give a shot to for a voluntary position because you're a very difficult fight. When you as a world champion, it's different. Everybody wants to fight you. You've got something. Without that, it's a lot more difficult to secure.
It's definitely difficult. It's a little frustrating, but it comes with the territory. This is that's a part of the sport now, so it's not like back in the day where you had no choice but to fight whoever they put in front of you. Now you get to pick and choose and take the safe routes. So, but like I said, I'm working my way back up into the number one spots and force them into fighting me.
130 is obviously a very open division. There's not one dominant name. Is there anybody in particular who you would like to share the ring with in a world title fight?
Oshagi Foster, Navarrete, all of them, to be honest, all of them.
What would you make of that potential Shaki Foster fight? Because I know that's about which had been mentioned previously by Eddie.
Uh, I think that's probably the easiest fight,
What makes you say that? What makes you feel like that?
style wise. It's a style I'm used to seeing. So yeah.
I'm also interested to get your thoughts on the Lamont Roach situation because he's a WBA champion at 130, but there's a lot of uncertainty with him and that title because of a Tank rematch. Do you think we could see yourself and Lamont Roach share the ring? Is that a fight which I imagine is of interest to you?
Definitely. Even if he don't come back down to 130, I think I won't be at 30 for extremely long, like as I was at 126. So I can always move up and we can get it on. So that's definitely a fight that can happen in the future.
Do you feel like, especially at this stage in your career, then, Ray, those bigger names, they are moving up towards 135, 140. I'm not saying you're going to go up to 140, but 135, do you feel like that's what you'd have to do to secure those big name fights?
Yes, more than likely, yeah. I had to go to 35. And then those a lot of those guys they going to 40. So then it depending on the prospects that's coming up and things like that that's coming to the weight class and or I can either go up to 140 too.
It's a big jump, Ray, and I don't want to be putting words in your mouth, but is that something you'd feel like you'd be able to do, or would that be a tall mountain to climb?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna just jump up there. I'm gonna take my time and let my body gradually get there and that's when we'll start looking at 140. But I can definitely fight at 140.
Just with the theme of 135 and sticking with Lamont Roach, what did you make of his performance against Tank?
I thought it was a great performance. I thought he won the fight. I thought it was a great fight. Yeah, that's all.
I mean, you ran a close fight with Nick Ball where you weren't on the end of a favourable decision. Now you look at it for yourself, and if you put yourself in Lamont's shoes, how difficult is that to deal with when a lot of people felt that maybe he should have had his hand raised? He had the whole taking of a knee in the ninth round. As a fighter, how difficult is it to deal with that?
I mean, for him, I definitely think it was difficult. I would be, extremely upset, especially like with a fight like that, of that magnitude, fighting somebody that's, like a big star in the sport, and that's your moment to, secure your name and everything like that. And when it's a fight where you feel like you won and it don't go your way, especially on that stage, it's just it got to be tough to deal with.
There's a lot of talk about them having a rematch. Do you feel like we will see a more improved version of Tank Davis and that a rematch would go in his favour?
Possibly. We just gotta wait and see. Maybe Lamont Roach might just have his number, so we just gotta wait and see.
Whose number do you think you have, Ray? When you look at that world team, whose number do you think?
Everybody.
That's fair enough, Ram. Leave a final message to yourself. Anything you want to leave on, anything you'd like to say to everybody ahead of Saturday night?
Tune in Saturday night. It's gonna be a lot of great fights. Um, yeah, that's it. I'm about to whoop Thomas Matisse ass, and yeah, just make sure y'all tune in.
Ray, I appreciate your time. Good luck on Saturday and look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.